Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Simplified Studio. Today I'm very excited because in our last video we have completed chapter 1 for substitutions. I have mainly 5 different videos to complete that chapter, and from this video I will start a new chapter, that is the chapter 2 from NOVAS GRE Bible, and the chapter name is Define Function. So let's start with the first math from this chapter, and here we have math 1 from problem set B, which is of category medium. So number 1 math here says that for any positive integer n factorial denotes the product of all the integers from 1 through n. Now we have to compare whether column A has a larger value or column B. So let's try to simplify the columns first. Now we have here for column A 1 factorial multiplied by 10 minus 1 factorial, which is like 1 factorial multiplied by 9 factorial, and 1 factorial is just 1. So that here we have only 9 factorial. And if I look to the column B, we have 2 factorial, and we have 10 minus 2 factorial, which is like the 8 factorial. And 2 factorial is just 1 into 2 multiplied by 8 factorial, which is 2 multiplied by 8 factorial. Now, if we need to compare these two, the value of these two columns, we can further simplify column A's value, like 9 factorial can be written. 9 factorial is like the multiplication from 1 to 9. We can write it down as 9 into 8 factorial. So 8 factorial contains the multiplication from 1 to 8. Now, if we compare these two values, 9 into 8 factorial and the value of column B is 2 into 8 factorial, we can here, from here we can see that the value of column A is larger than column B, because 9 into 8 factorial is larger than 2 into 8 factorial. So the answer for the first question should be A. Now, if we move to the second question, here we are given that A asterisk B is the greatest common factor of A and B, and $B is the least common multiple of A and B. Now, A intersect B is defined as the equation given here. We have to figure out the value of 12 intersect 15. Let's try to calculate it. So 12 intersect 15 equals to, from this equation over here, we can write it down as 12 star or asterisk 15 $sign 12 $sign 15, right? Now, from the asterisk part, we know that the asterisk is given as the greatest common factor. Now, if we try to figure out the greatest common factor between 12 and 15, is more likely it will be 3, because 3 can go to 12, 3 can go to 15. But if we consider 5 or 6, 5 can go to 15 but not into 12, 6 can go into 12 but not into 15. So the value for 12 asterisk 15 should be 3, then this $sign. And now for the dollar, for the right term, we have to figure out the value of the least common multiple. So we have to figure out the number where 12 and 15 can both go. So if we try to figure out some of the numbers, like the 15 can go, such as 30, 45, 60. Here you can see that 12 doesn't go to 30, 12 doesn't go to 45, but 12 can go to 60. So 60 is the least common multiple where both the 12 and 15 is a factor. So this value should be 60. So 60 comes from here, and 3 comes from the left arm. Now we have to figure out $60. So $60 means we have to figure out the least common multiple of 3 and 60, and it should be 60, because 3 and 60 both goes to 60, and it is the least value or least common multiple that both the 3 and 60 goes into. So the answer for that number 2 math should be E. Now we can move to the third problem over here. We are given that a function star or asterisk is defined as for all even positive integer. We have to focus on this part. Even positive integers n as the number of even factors of n other than n itself. So here the n is 42. We have to figure out the even factors of 42. So if we try to derive 48, I'm sorry, it's 48, not 42. We can write it down as 1 multiplied by 48, 2 multiplied by 24, 3 multiplied by 16, 4 multiplied by 12, and maybe 6 multiplied by 8. Then we can use like 8 multiplied by 6, but we already have considered this one. Now we have to figure out how many of these factors are even positive integers or even factors. So we have found like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We cannot consider 48 because it's just like other than and itself. So the asterisk of 48, the value of this term should be 7, because we have found 7 even factors of 48 other than 48 itself. Now, similarly, let's try to derive 122. So we can write it down as 1 multiplied by 122, then 2 multiplied by 61. And I can't think of any way that we can divide 61. So I guess these are all the factors. And if we try to figure out the even factors other than 122 itself, is only 2. So the value of asterisk 122 should be 1, because we have only one even factors other than 122, and that is just 2 over here. So here we see that the column A has larger value 7 than column B. So the answer for the number 3 method should be A. And with this math, we have done all the 3 maths from the category medium. This will be it for this video. In our next video, we'll try to solve some of the other problems from the hard category. Till then, be safe and thanks for watching.